Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. In this video, I've got your gameplay for the F-100F Super Saber. This is the top level reward for the Tokushu Heiki crafting event, September 2023 in War Thunder. This is a currently rank 6, battle rating 9.3 fighter in the Chinese Air Force's tech tree. And quite honestly, this is more or less kind of a copy-paste. It is, but it isn't in several ways, and I'll try to go over those differences here. So the performance is very similar to the F-100A, which is currently in the Chinese Air Force's tech tree, as you can see. That is also 9.3 BR. It actually has the same exact engine as that, and also the F-100D, oddly enough. And it also has 2 fewer cannons than the aforementioned other variants, with slightly fewer rounds per cannon, which is kind of disappointing in my opinion. Now, this is a 2-seater, of course, but it does have a slightly better ground ordnance capability. Now, I've heard that this is supposed to have AIM-9Ps and flares, but I've heard that Gaijin, and I thought I saw an official post somewhere that the people at Gaijin said that they just didn't feel like it would be competitive at 9.7, even if they gave it AIM-9Ps and flares. Thus, they kind of want to keep it down at 9.3, so they're only giving it AIM-9Es and chaff, which, if you guys know, chaff is pretty much useless outside of ground RB at this BR. Even ground RB is a little bit iffy, but yeah, it's a little bit weird. Now, again, this does have a bit better ground ordnance capability. I mean, heck, you could even go after bases pretty damn capably with this in Air RB, but you do also have Mighty Mouse rockets if you really want to use kind of like a makeshift flare, because, of course, if you guys know, missiles kind of chase those pretty decently. This also has AGM-12B bullpups, but, of course, the F-100A has those as well. So this is, again, it's kind of like a strike-oriented variant of the F-100A. As you can see, this is the F-100A's loadout capability, so it does have the ability to carry far more bombs, so it's pretty impressive in that regard, but it still has the same missiles, so, you know, take it as you will. But I remember Gaijin saying something about this being more of a ground strike capable vehicle. Now, unfortunately, it does not have ballistic computers. It does have CCRP, but it does not have ballistic computers for bombs or rockets, so you're on your own with that. But that's mostly expected at this BR, especially with something that's supersonic like this. Now, that being said, let's get into a few matches, see what we could do with this thing, but I'm pretty excited. I like the F-100D. That is a great plane in my opinion. I feel like this will be a really cool plane as well, even if we are missing a few cannons. As said, let's get into it. So interestingly, I was reading up on the F-100F a little bit, and some F-100Fs were converted for Wild Weasel, which I guess makes some level of sense, but this is a training variant, which really sucks. So I'm going to go fire on this guy. Hopefully I can hit him. Hopefully that MiG-19 won't get in the way. Got him. Very nice. Okay, that's how we want to do. Now, these AIM-9Es are not very capable missiles. Looks like this F-100 might be coming up for me. Maybe not, actually. Didn't get the hit. Not unexpected. Now, we have a bunch. I'm in a complete up tier, by the way. So I'm going to go for this F4C over here, or the F8U2, probably F4C because he does not have flares, and so it should be relatively easy to hit that guy, especially being that he is a chunky boy. Let's go ahead and fire on him, and I should be able to get that kill, hopefully. Got the kill, very nice. Now we're going for this F8U2, lost control, there we go. That's exactly what happens when you are always out of control in your personal life. I'm just kidding. Of course I'm not. But we do have... Okay, I didn't realize these flaps were so low speed. I'm not going to fire on them with that. But, ooh, this guy got the hit. Very nice. That should help a little bit in taking this fella out, hopefully. Got a crit. Got the kill. 3 kills. None too shibby-dibby-dabby. And I don't think he killed my ally. Hopefully not. But not bad. I mean, again, this is a complete up tier. It's totally manageable if you use this thing properly. Or if, in this case, you know, like in this case, you get kind of lucky. But the F-100F ain't bad. I mean, the F-100D, I think it's a bad rep. I know it's a long shot, but I don't really think my odds of survival here are all that great. So let's go ahead and drop down here. Ooh, am I gonna get a freebie? Nope. Didn't get the kill, but I do still have enough ammo left, so what I'm ooh, you know what? This guy's turning around. Oop, broke a flap. I keep forgetting that planes of this era have mediocre flap performance, might be a good way to put it. So this guy's coming down. I might just go for that F or the A10 here, unless he turns in for me, which he very well might. Okay, perfect. Got a nice hit. Don't think I'm going to get the kill. Okay, that's fine by me. I'm not the best aimer in the world with my cannons, especially for the fact that this only has, well, 2 of them. But not bad to start off. This is literally my first match with this. Not even just my first recorded match, but my first match. And I've already gotten 3 kills, 1 assist, in a complete up tier, no less. So, I mean, thus far, I'm pretty happy with this thing. I mean, I've always liked the F-100s, and I've never really understood exactly why people hate them so much. But, I mean, hey, when you're facing people who don't know what they're doing, or who are just unaware of their scenario or situation, I guess it's kind of the same thing. Not too bad. Also, I went out with 20 minutes of fuel, and I'm going to still make it back to base, I think. But you have to remember, for the afterburner, you're not really gaining all that much thrust, or you're not gaining all that much speed while using the afterburner, but it still uses a lot of fuel. So I said, let's get into the next match, see what we could do, and I might even attach some bombs to go after a base. Let's do it. So here we are in a partial down tier, 9.7 BR, and I do have 4 Blue 27 napalm bombs underneath. This should be enough to take out a single base, if I'm not mistaken, which is kind of the whole point of this match, right? Like, you want to see exactly how it does versus a base, because in my videos I want to kind of take a plane through its paces, and, you know, even if I don't really play these in ground RB and go over, like, all the CAS stuff, this is still usable for, I would say, a very large portion of people. So, what do? You know what? I'll just do this. Turn away. Hopefully I don't get killed by that thingamajiggy. Perfect. I might go for that A4E now. You know what? I'm going to go up a little bit. And then I'm going to hopefully be able to catch this SU, the Vautour, so to speak. I don't think he's got flares. Destroyed the base. We have a Milan as well. Both very good targets. Okay, there's the Vautour. But, of course, I am a very, very slow plane, and these do not like to track through clouds. So hopefully I should be able to see someone real soon. Okay, we have the Milan right here. He's going to go in for a head-on. Maybe? Maybe not, actually. Doesn't look like he will. Got a kill. Very nice. The Vautour is somewhere over here in the clouds. Not bad. Yeah, you know what? Just because I'm not going to get any closer, I'll fire on him now. So hopefully that hits, but I don't believe I'll actually get the... Oh, I did! Got a double strike. Cannot complain. And again, that's with 2 bombs being dropped. Very nice. And let's see if I can actually successfully do a head-on this time and not die. I can! Look at that! 3 kills real quick in a row. We have a T2 down here. Now that's where problems start happening. That T2 is not going to be easy. Hopefully he does not notice me. Don't think he has flares. So if he goes the other way and I can get close enough... Nope, I'm not going to be able to. So with those planes, you pretty much have to have them, I would say, within 2 kilometers. Otherwise, they'll be able to speed right away from your missiles. Kind of like what he's doing now. He's just speeding away from me. I've got no chance of catching up with the T2. Because when the T2 was first introduced into War Thunder, it was the fastest plane in-game. By a pretty good margin. I remember that very clearly. I remember watching Fly Daly's video about the T2 and how, like, it was like, I think it might have been the first supersonic plane in the game, either that or it was just after the MiG-19, the F-100. And it was just a really, really cool time to play War Thunder, in my opinion. It was a new frontier, so to speak. So I think this is probably about the extent of my killing here. So that said, let's just get into one final match, see what we could do, and continue there. But I don't really think that the 2 cannons has been all that much of an impediment. Oddly enough, I think it's been okay. You know, I mean, it's obviously not as good as 4 cannons, but the performance on this thing, if nothing else, sees a slight increase, and this plane still feels about as good as it does otherwise in air combat, so not bad, but I almost kind of wish that they still brought on the AIM-9Ps plus flares, but who's to say they won't in the future? That said, let's get into one final match, but again, not bad. 2,600 points, no deaths, 3 kills, and a base kill. Now, I guess some final thoughts here on the F-100F. I think this plane is actually pretty good at 10.3 and in down tiers, but the problem is that almost every single match that you will be in is a complete up tier. Like, it's not even close. And that really sucks. I mean, like, seriously, I cannot state that enough, how much of a pain in the butt that is. The fact that so many of these matches are up tiers, to the point where I almost would kind of like, I mean, when I say almost, I'm pretty sure I would prefer having this thing. Ooh, buddy, can I do this? Let's see. Is that going to actually hit? Probably not. I got the kill! So I would almost kind of prefer having this with AIM-9Ps and flares. Even if it sees it having an up tier, that is almost kind of preferred to me. You know, also, the G-suit on this is not very good. So I'm just going to go this way. I noticed it's not very effective. He's going to probably fire a missile at me. Yes, he is. Won't get a hit. Okay, now he's turning. Now I can fire a missile on him. Or not. Oh, we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. A little too close for it, but maybe not. Got the kill. Very nice. Like I said, in down tiers, this plane is perfectly serviceable. Heck, I mean, like, you can even do pretty well in an up tier. Like, I'm not discounting it. Like I said, I personally am a big fan of this vehicle in general. But it's not a fantastic vehicle to be in an up tier with, unfortunately. And I think that's really kind of where this thing starts falling. Is that, like, when you're in a down tier, AIM-9Es are real good, you know, relatively speaking. When you're in a down tier, the cannons, having 2 of them are sufficient. When you're in a down tier, you're going to be quicker than most planes. But when you're in an up tier, that's when it's a bit different, because you're slower than most planes. You have definitely worse maneuverability compared to most planes. You don't have the same weapon, like, your weapons are ineffective compared to most planes. And so it becomes a real pain in the butt. Am I going to get it? Looks like I may have gotten lucky. Kind of. I'll just go with the crit. I don't really care. He was still alive. He was not on fire. I'm going to take that. If I get the kill, I get the kill. If I don't, I don't. I don't really care. But either way, not bad. You know, I mean, like, this plane is definitely sufficient in a down tier. You can base bomb with it and still have a pretty good match afterwards. You can dogfight with it to an extent. You know, I mean, one of the big problems with this vehicle when it comes to dogfighting is that you pretty much have to make sure that you're always at the end of the conga line, so to speak. You cannot have it where you are in front of anybody, because a plane like this A4E, for example, will be able to outmaneuver you pretty easily. Again, in my opinion. But also in my observations. Whoa, that was a move and a half, huh? Got a crit, and I'll just probably want to fly away from him for a second, and got the assist. Can't complain. Again, 2 matches, or 3 matches. First one was 3 kills, second one was 3 kills, plus a base kill, and also, I think, like, a bot kill or 2. And this one, 2 kills, 2 assists. You know, I mean, like, if you play this thing kind of like a boom and zoomer, it's very effective. If you play this thing at the back of a conga line, it's very effective, but you have to play it to its strengths. And its strengths are, again, boom and zooming in a down tier at least, and kind of being a little bit faster than most other planes. I mean, even in a down tier, it's not necessarily like a ton faster, but it's enough where you should be able to kind of work that in your favor and really use your energy to your favor in order to win. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a good plane. It's a boring plane, and I think its CAS capabilities and bomb capabilities are actually pretty decent. but they're not to the point where I would say that this is something like, I wouldn't say that this plane is worth more than, I don't know, 30 or 40 bucks on the marketplace. I mean, you don't get premium bonuses from it. It grinds all the same as any regular tech tree vehicle, arguably even worse, mind you. So, do I recommend it? Maybe for the grind, or if you're a collector. It's not a bad plane. It's not like the Buccaneer S1. You know, this is definitely a capable plane. It's multi-role capable. It's pretty good, especially in the down tier. But it is what it is. You know, if you like those AGM-12s, it's good. But you could just as easily get the F-100A and just use those AGM-12s because they have the same amount between this and the F-100A. Or you could get yourself a Q5, and that's pretty good too. You know, I mean, there's so many options out there where it's like, this is not a necessary plane, but it's a good plane to have, I guess you could say. It's just a fun plane to have, even if it is a little boring. But either way, thanks so much for watching. Please let me know what you guys think about this plane in the comments below. I am interested to read your opinions, as always. By the way, thanks again, and I'm assuming this match is over, so I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.